So here it is, a chilly November morning here in the Hudson Valley, and the Trax is 3 months and 2 days old and has, I don't know, about 52 or 5,300 miles. Some of the bugs seem to have worked themselves out, others. So there is a recall for the instrument cluster, and I have yet to schedule that, but I will. Um, and a number of people have been talking about the same issue I mentioned at the dealership, which was the tire pressure sensor monitors having to relearn themselves a couple of times. It was funny, when I brought it into the dealership, the service writer said they can't do that. You need a special tool, and I think he may have meant a different vehicle, because I've seen other people here online that have the new Trax, and I've pointed it out. So now I turned on the car, and it's got wireless Apple CarPlay and Apple Android Auto. I have Android Auto. And it can see my phone is in the car, but it hasn't kicked over yet. That's one issue. The other issue is, even that when it does start playing the music, it still will not leave this home screen. You keep on having to tap this. It takes forever for it to recognize that there's a phone, unless it's physically plugged in. Then it happens quicker, but even then it can still be. So there is a recall for the infotainment. Not only that, because this screen, hopefully not this one, not that I've noticed, this screen can flicker apparently. I've had it happen only once, so I'm not sure. But there's a update, software update for that. And as far as the tire pressure sensors, so there we go. Now this is flip-flop. They should be higher in front and lower in rear, but they're the opposite. And again, the delay in hooking up there. So this is a minor annoyance, but other than that, I mean, I love the Trax. Now, one other thing I want to point out: fuel economy. So, oh, hold on. Yeah, fuel economy right here. Now, you go into fuel economy, change distance. So I had it set for 50 miles, and it was giving me an average every day that would be, 32, 33 instead of what it actually is, right? So after I made that change, now I'm seeing an average much steadier of 29.3. And when I reset that, I lost my best of 38. So my best recently has been 32.8. So this is within stated mileage, basically. It's supposed to be 28 city, 32 highway, 30 mixed. So I do city and highway. My best has been 32.8. My average is 29.3, or just under what it should be. It should be 30. So, but as I say, I live in the Hudson Valley, a lot of hills. I live near Bear Mountain, so I don't live on flat ground. So I drive it hard. Now I've been very fortunate to find two Facebook groups, one for Trax owners and one specifically for Gen 2 2024 Trax owners. And I'll tell you, the one universal thing among Trax owners is that they seem to love their Trax. That I can say without any doubt. Just like me, I love my little Trax. I am not traditionally a Chevy buyer. I had been a Ford guy for a long time. My story is out there. It's on video. But that's not important. What's more important is I really love this car. And I had seen a couple of professional reviewers saying, oh, well, it's really a shame that it only gets 30 miles to the gallon instead of, One guy was comparing it to the Honda Civic, and I guess price-wise, and the fact that they're both front-wheel drive, yes, you could say that this competes with the Honda Civic, but this is a station wagon, in my opinion, or it's a crossover, and that's a four-door sedan or a hatchback. Body style is different. Mechanically, the Honda has a slightly bigger engine and a more powerful engine, but gets better gas mileage. But this has higher ground clearance. It's all the compromise in life, kids. It's all what your expectations are. And I'll tell you what, coming from a very nice little crossover with all-wheel drive, that I was averaging about 24 miles to the gallon in my commute and so forth. If I was lucky, 26. I'll take 30. I'll take 29. Now, when it comes to deep snow, even that couldn't get through deep snow. I'll have no problem with this. And, I'm fortunate I have two vehicles. But I'm really glad to hear from people from Canada and from the Midwest. Well, we call it the Midwest, but Nebraska, Wisconsin, that have tracks. And some of them already seen snow, and they're like, "Yeah, no, this will do fine." And quite frankly, the 19-inch tires, all-season tires on my tracks are the same 19-inch all-season tires that came on my Escape when it was new 5 years ago. Actually, this is a slightly different one, but it's the Continental Pro Contact, and I had those for 2 seasons, and they were great. So, again, if the roads haven't been plowed, how many people are going out? I used to. I won't be as much, as things hopefully get quieter at my job, but so it's not a concern for me. This is just a really nice, really comfortable little wagon. Um, you can think of it as a hot hatch. You can think of it as an SUV or a car or whatever you want to call it. The fact is, it's got four wheels. It goes from point A to point B, does it well, does it fairly economically, fairly comfortably, and sort of sporty. It's one of those all around, like, wow, this is a really useful little car. It's fun. You don't feel like you're being punished. I've got the leatherette. I've got the dash with the digital instrumentation. Um, so many people like, oh, well, the door panels are scratchy. They're hard plastic. So are the ones on a Civic, on a Forester, on a Kona, all of the cars in this price range are in this. You're not comparing this to a BMW or a Mercedes. And if you are, you're insane. This is a very nice Chevy, a very nice car, and I think it's a very honest, very reliable, hopefully very reliable little car. But so far, 3 months, just over 5,000 miles, 5,200, I think. I love my little tracks, and I see a lot of people who call them the like T-Rex or T-Rax. That's cute. I should have thought of that. I still like Monza better, but that's just my delusion. But yeah, 3 months. This has been. I've been through some pretty bad rainstorms. I did get a ding on gas mileage the first day it was cold. Instead of getting my 29, I was getting 24. Somebody had asked me on line about the active aero shutters, which I have to confirm, but I think mine has. Honestly, I don't know. But number one, the air pressure on the tires the first cold day dropped. That might have impacted gas mileage. And just a sudden cold temperature drop one day. Because the next day I was right back to 28, 29 miles to the gallon. So, if you're cross shopping this, get in it, put your ass in the seat. Don't worry about what other people think. It's what you think. I have friends that have Teslas and BMWs and Mercedes and everything. I don't have that. That's not my, hey, good for them. I've got this. I like this. I like this a lot. There's no shame in these cars. It's a totally honest, decent, fun little car. So thanks for watching.